when it comes to, respect is something that has to be earned. You understand me? And not everybody understands what respect is. And you can't hold people to levels of accountability standards that they don't hold themselves to. And so when it comes to respect, I want us to be able to reinstate codes and values into what respect is. You understand me? Understanding the proper handling of people and treating people how you want to be treated specifically. But when it comes to men and women, what are the values and the credentials for you to be respected in our community amongst each other? A person can go, oh, you a human being, I'm going to respect you because all people are equal. Well, I would have to subscribe to that ideology and that thought process that we are equal, which I don't believe so, because there is no proof that you can show me we are equal. We are all different to multiple degrees. The equal opportunity we have is the fact that we were all born and we're all alive. And because of the fact that we're alive, we have this opportunity to do what we're supposed to do. You understand me? While living, but everybody don't take care of their time the same way. So everybody don't get respected in the same way because different people respect different things, different system of honors, different system of value. You understand me? Different systems of life. We value human life. We value everything that, Allah has produced and created. You understand me? But at the end of the day, everybody don't get the same level of respect. Now, I grew up in a paradigm where I realized that everybody don't even know how to understand respect from the standpoint of manhood and womanhood and brotherhood, and relationships have been lost as a cultural stronghold. You understand me? That allow us to build. You understand me? Relationships get lost. And so when it comes to that, we got a big issue when it comes to how men deal with women, how men deal with men, you understand me? And how, we deal with each other. And when we learn how to deal with each other with a certain system and a code of honor, then respect is given. It's like within the family, you create a code and they say, don't speak against the family. Well, anybody goes against that, being disrespectful. You understand me? That ain't how men move. That ain't how family move. You do it for the family business. You ain't just looking out for yourself. You protect those who take the same code, that same structure of honor, that same structure of value that you believe in. And once you do that, then that's when you have the ability to take things to another level. I like that Jay-Z line. He say, the worst thing I could have did was not build with you. You understand me? That's powerful. I could have destroyed you. It takes discipline. You understand me? And, a man that respects and values life, he tries to do everything that he can to, be respectful of life. But I'm just talking about the general concept of respect, and most men don't work towards respect anymore. Most men are not producing themselves to get to that level. They try to think about, how do I just go get a bag? How do I work for money? How do I just work for position? Right? And instead of thinking about how do you become honorable. You understand me? How do you become respected? Which goes off your reputation, it goes off your word, it goes off your moves, it goes off what you do. And people are respected for different reasons. One person on demon time, they get respected. One person on God time, and they get respected. So what you will get respected in one circle is not the same reason another circle will respect you, because some men respect when you disrespectful and you a sucker and you go out there, murder, kill, and that's what you do. Some people respect you if you a simp. You understand me? And you don't, and you overly sensitive, and you don't know how to control your feelings, and you're overly emotional. They say, well, he's connected to his feminine side. So they get respect for that. Some men get respected for being soldiers, standing up, being masculine, learning how to move, being able to speak truth to power, and being courageous. You understand me? Creating solutions to problems and being focused and disciplined. Men get respect for that. So different calibers of men are graded by different levels based on the degree of manhood in which they present themselves as. Meaning that, if I present myself as a soldier, then I have to be courageous. I have to learn how to be able to take orders to help, the structure win. But if I present myself as somebody who's a lover boy or somebody who is sensitive or whatever it may be, I don't have to win fights. I don't have to get into the war. I don't have to do nothing. And you still get respected. People say, well, he's being true to himself. So in a society, we have to learn that everybody doesn't have to respect you because everybody values something different as far as why they respect. Like you look at the young brother, he says in the comments, he says, shut the fuck up, Sadiddy_Mike. His name is Sadiddy. What he respects is completely different than what I respect. And what a person does in person, what they do on the internet, it's a different reality that little boys live in than grown men. You understand me? The same thing, little girls and grown women. And a woman is one who is in full possession of knowing herself. She got a womb. You understand me? She got a mind. She understands who she is on this planet Earth. And she moves with that dignity. She moves with that sacredness. She moves with that love for self. She moves possessing the ability to nurture and grow the things around her. She got a different level of confidence and feminine essence. That's a woman when she grows up into her full understanding of all her power. It ain't about, oh, she got a car, she got a nice wardrobe, some nice purses. You understand me? She's socially known on social media. That ain't got nothing to do with womanhood. Because it's women like that, but can't take care of a child to save their life. Can't cook a meal to save their life. Can't do nothing to save their life. They don't know nothing about, don't even know how to speak life into a person. Don't know how to do that. And will get offended by the fact that somebody would think that should be a standard for a person presenting to themselves and calling themselves a woman. Same thing with men. Men don't know how to focus, don't have discipline, don't have integrity. Can't call yourself a man if you don't have the characteristics of manhood. That's like saying you in a gang, but you don't follow none of the rules. You saying you a blood, you only wear blue. You never throw up the gang colors. You never help the gang out with nothing. You won't ride. You won't do nothing. You don't know none of the language, the history, but you claim this gang. That's faking. That's false flagging. It's the same rules when it comes to whether you call yourself a god. You get respected in a circle in which you claim based on really being that. You understand me? And having that character. And understanding it and having a certain knowledge of self. What is the depth of you as a man? What is the depth of you as a woman? I'm just saying. So when it comes to respect, you have to learn how to respect yourself. Respect that which you claim. Honor it. Know it. Understand it. Be in it. Be a part of it. Love it. Cherish it. You understand me? Grow it. Protect it. You understand me? It's a different reality. But a lot of men claiming to be men, but that ain't who you are. You really a boy. It's like a lot of gangsters claiming to be a gangster, but you really a sucker. You understand me? So you don't just fake when it comes to rappers claiming to be gangsters in their lyrics, but in real life, they playing golf. And they ain't moving none of what they moving. They ain't out there hunting and killing. They ain't taking care of the family, taking care of business. They ain't building up their communities. They ain't economically uplifting the folks and things around them, yet they claim all of this gangster hoorah activity within their song because it's entertainment. So once we get the understanding that social media has made mostly everybody entertainers, TikTok made everybody an entertainer. You get on TikTok, you become an entertainer. And I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that, but recognize the role you playing, because you'll get respect based on the role you playing and how true you are to that role. If you want to be an entertainer, be that. Don't try to make the entertainment gangster. That ain't gangster, that's entertainment. So we have to learn how to separate even when we doing certain things. You on social media becoming an entertainer because that's what's going to get the likes. You on TikTok becoming an entertainer. You get on YouTube and you become a news anchor. You start talking about what's happening in the news and all of that, and whatever it goes. You start playing different roles based on the reward that you believe the algorithm is going to give you, based on the reward of monetary value and social value that comes along with you putting out social commentary and all of that. So you have to understand that, respect is something that's earned based on the character that you say you play in reality and the depth of what you really are, who you say you are. So I wanted to get that out first. I wanted to get that out. You know, respect is important because not everybody works for respect, but respect is a currency. Respect is a currency. Respect to protect you. Respect to how you walking in doors that you never been in. Respect to how you inspiring the world. You understand me? It's respect. What's respect to you? Have that in your arsenal. Have that in your arsenal because this generation don't know nothing about respect. The internet created so much distance between the person that you get to communicate with, the disrespect that you get to give, that you feel like you don't need to have the boundaries of respect because in person, a person could reach over and slap you. In person, a person could go hunt you and find your address. In person, a person to check you in real life and see if your energy match up. You understand me? To your words. But when the internet created distance, you understand me? But still gave access, the respect levels changed. The interaction changed because the punishment for disrespect is no longer there. So you have to understand how you changed. I don't speak to people on the internet if I ain't gonna speak to them in real life that way. I don't do it. I'm not gonna do that. You understand me? So that's because I don't want me to be doing stuff out of personality but don't match my character. Me to be doing stuff that ain't who I am at when I go to sleep. I'm gonna go tell somebody I'm gonna go hunt them down and kill them. I'm gonna go talk about somebody's mom, family, whatever it may be. I'm gonna go stunt, put all these clothes, cars, and all these things and say that's who I am. Nah, but if that ain't who I really am, I'm lying to myself. I'm disconnected to the root of who I am. I'm not gonna disconnect myself from myself to appease others, to put out illusions in the world. Because the only respect that you truly need, the first level of respect to understand is self-respect. And we are living in a time where, I have a podcast, it's called 19 Keys. We living in a time where self-respect is at its lowest. Self-respect is at its lowest. And the standards for self-respect are at their lowest. Person said, well, shit, it don't take me much to respect myself. I don't hold myself to that many standards. Nah, when you have high standards, only when you meet those standards for yourself can you respect yourself. You say, I'm going to do this. You don't do it. You lose self-respect. You say you're the toughest man in the world. You go do this. You lose respect. You tell your woman you go do something. You don't do it. You lose her respect. You talking to God, I'm going to do this, God. I'm going to get my life together. God grant you a blessing in life. You don't do it. You lose God's respect. Come on, man. So respect is important because respect to keep you on that path that you said that you was ready for. So now we can move over. Respect your own self. Self-respect. You understand me? Add that into what you say you want. Self-love seeks no validation. My sister was correct. So now, if we get into a subject of economic upliftment and you see yourself as somebody who deserves a certain thing, you see yourself and you got a vision for yourself and you respect yourself so much that you have to put yourself in that position. That's what's going to put you on course to learn what you need to learn in order to meet that destination that you know you deserve. So, nah, bro, I can't go out because, listen, I respect myself too much. If I go out there, I'm robbing myself. I'm robbing bro. I can't do that with you. I'm robbing myself. I got stuff going on right now. If I do that with you, I'm robbing myself of my opportunities. And I respect myself. I respect my higher self way too much because I see the vision of my higher self. I'm working towards that production of my better me. And so I'm not going to disrespect my future self by allowing you to distract me and derail me and allowing myself to be led easily in the wrong direction and ain't got nothing to do with my self-respect and production of that godliness that I have inside. So, nah, bro, you know what? I can use that money, flashing, security, ego, whatever. I'm going to take this time that I normally would allocate to other things that have nothing to do with self-respect and character building and life building. And I'm going to dedicate that towards education and invest in myself to get a return on my investment. Get a return on your investment. You understand me? So, damn, man, I don't feel like, nope, we cut ourselves. The moment we hear ourselves saying, I don't feel, we cut that thought. We don't allow those thoughts to produce within ourselves. Because the feeling will have you disrespecting yourself. But the thought had you building yourself. Because the thought was trying to get you to build, but the feeling had you relaxed because of fear. It's too much work. I don't feel like doing that. Nah. You know what? I hit the gym earlier. I did not feel like going, but I'm disrespectful to who I say I was trying to build. I said I wanted to build up this particular type of energy, this particular type of power, this particular type of strength, particular type of body and energy. So, man, shoot, guess what I gotta do? I gotta hit that jump. Otherwise, I'm being disrespectful to the person I'm trying to build, the person I'm working to become, the potential that I have. I'm sitting here watching some boring ass videos on cryptocurrency, but I know I respect myself and I respect my goals. I got a goal to do. So I'm sitting there learning how you do the staking. I'm sitting there learning about DeFi. I'm sitting there learning every program. I'm sitting there learning about different projects. I'm sitting there studying, understanding tokenomics. You understand me? I can't go against that. I'm about to sit there and just learn, because I know that if I learn it, then I can go apply it and I can produce that thought that I have in head. And then once I do that, I'm going to respect the hell out of myself for making that sacrifice and doing that work. That's going to come back full circle. Man, you're going to look in the mirror proud of yourself. Man, I'm proud of you. You really took the time to understand what Solano was. You really took the time to understand polymath, or understand, tarot, or understand Bitcoin, or understand Ethereum. You understand me? And understand all of this different ecosystem. You really sit down that time to learn the hard concept like blockchain technology and how it works with the nodes and blocks of information and how it works. Like I respect the hell out you, man. You be really putting it in. So when somebody else tell me they respect me, it's only because they're reflecting the self-respect that I have for myself and the work that I put in for myself. I respect you, big bro. Appreciate that, man. That's acknowledgement of the work that I do. That's all it is. It's acknowledgement. Appreciate you. Man, I love how you break it down. Appreciate you, man. You respect the time that I put in. It all come back down to respect. You know what I'm talking about? I sit down. Let me go look at the best projects to go look at. Let me go study all of the best sites. Let me go out there, learn it. Let me go get on this platform. Let me go learn this. Let me strategize, bro. You know, if you do this, that, and the third, you can utilize this technology in a whole nother matter, and you can put the culture on. You understand me? That's a whole nother level that you can utilize, and you can do it early before everybody's too late. You understand me? How you not want to learn these things? Don't you respect yourself? It ain't just when you go to a school, you go to education, you get you a degree. You respect yourself so much. I'm going to figure this out. Matter of fact, most people get a degree because they respect their parents so much. Most people go get a degree because they respect the opportunity so much. They respect the vision for a better lifestyle so much. They want it. They drive them. But when it comes to doing for self-education, that same respect ain't there for the opportunities you go take to put yourself in a better position. So you start looking at, oh, bro got a bust down on, he got gold, I wonder how he doing this, that, and the third. But that's all of the respect and the investment I put into myself. This stuff ain't easy to sit here learning, educating, moving, walking, talking, breathing. You understand me? Learning how to do all of these things at once. I still got regular life, family, relationships, a multitude of other different things. And at the same time, I keep in the forefront the culture and how many people that'll be left behind if we don't come back to bring them up. You understand me? So that's why we respect ourselves enough to grow in different industries. We don't get to the lazy part and be like, well, I'm doing it this way, I'm going to keep doing it. No, I'm going to do it at the highest level. You understand me? And that just goes to self. Ain't you going to put yourself in a better position? You got to stress over here. Ain't you going to put yourself in a way where you can alleviate that? Ain't you going to respect yourself enough, put your family in a better position? I'm going to do that every single day. I'm going to walk that path every single day. But then at the same time, respect yourself enough to enjoy life. Make sure you enjoying what you do. Make sure you're not putting all your energy into everybody else and none into yourself. That ain't how we do as gods. Nah, I got to make sure that I'm enjoying and I'm balancing this thing out to the level of abundance to where I can have wealth. That's how I'm going to do it. Never allow nobody to play with your time. You understand me? Because they playing with your power when they do that. Because time is, listen, we talking about power now. Power is a different sort of game. You understand me? Power is a different sort of game when you want to play it. Most people don't want respect and they don't want power. This generation was robbed of respect and power. You was robbed of respect and power, and they replaced it that for the most part with just money and likes. You don't want no power. You just want to be liked. You understand me? You just want money, and you want to be liked. You want to be loved. You want to feel good. So no, power is a different sort of thing, though. Power can be built on fear, can be built on respect, to where you got to understand that when a person is moving within that God energy and you fear God, you fear going against that energy as well, because you're going to have to take the wrath of God when you do that. You understand me? You have to take the wrath of God, because all I'm doing is my God business. If you fear God, that same repercussion go come to you. It's karmic. That energy go get you. But I'm going to make sure that energy gets you the way I'm setting myself up. See, a lot of men self-describe themselves as alpha men, but they ain't got no power. You can't be the alpha masculine without power. You got to be able to control the dynamics of your environment with your energy and the substance of your resources with your mind and your character. You understand me? Otherwise, you ain't that alpha you thought you was. Because if you take that same one and you put them around others, you go see, damn, I'm a puppy dog. The women go tell you too, nah, you just ain't that. You ain't got that energy. You might have the money. You might be able to take over a person monetarily. You may be able to take her responsibilities monetarily, but emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, you understand me? Godly, you ain't got that. See, white boys, they know power. They know how to make things move and shake because they work to plan. So they plan things out. You understand me? And strategists go get him some power because he gonna always have leverage. And you gotta always make sure you got leverage and you got value, and knowing how to leverage that is necessary and that's important. I done been in multiple power structures my whole entire life. So I've always been around men who lobbied and fought for power. So I understand power at a different level. I see it. Like, nah, you gotta get you some power out here. The masculine man gonna want power. He's gonna want dominion over his environment. If you don't have dominion over your environment, you ain't got no power. If you don't have no say so, if you can't go against someone else's power, you ain't got no power. Bruh said, we got to take this jack. I'm going to take it. Fuck it. He giving me my job. I ain't got no power. I don't do for self. I'm going to do that. You can't teach the people around you. Teach them how to move. Put them in positions. You understand me? You ain't got no power. So you got to be a wide awake black man. As my father saying, you got to go for some power now. And when we go for power, we utilize every tool and resource to maintain our power. But the way you gain power is the way you have to keep power. And that's a dangerous key to understand. It's important. If you gain power through unrighteous activity, you got to keep it through that way. Because the way you get it in the first place sets up the principles and structure that your power foundation and structure lies on. You got to do robbing and stealing. But now you want to change. But if you change too much, it's like a brother trying to get out the street. I want to go straight. I want to go positive. Well, you got all this karma that still gonna come after you for all the negative you did. So you still got to figure out, damn, how do I work, maintain, protect myself, keep one eye open for the evil that I done did. You understand me? And then try to have the abundance of karma from the good that I'm doing outweigh the bad to a point to where I can be fully into this lifestyle, renewing myself. You don't always have the power to change your life because there's certain things you have to do until your energy is completely shifted and you ain't got things coming after you. That karmic energy ain't coming after you because it's in your DNA. It's in your blood. Once you do something, it's imprinted as a memory in your DNA. You walking around with everything you done did on you at all times. That energy is like a signal. It's gonna come back to you. That's why The slave master children is so fearful because they know they got the DNA that requires a certain karma be brought on to them from what they done did for our people. But what are we going to do for ourselves? So we got to get power by creating industries, creating institutions. Institutional creation is it's the number one thing, because a family is an institution. It sets you up to where my son will have the same amount of power I have, and he can build on that. Why? Because I'm going to give him the resources, the knowledge. I'm going to set him up in the foundation so that he can build based on what I created, right? So now the same power I had is transferred through the bloodline. I got an institution now. So now I got one thought I created, and it's going to live for the next 100 years as long as the bloodline maintains the code of power. But see, we do not think about power enough. We gonna read 48 laws of power. Don't speak when the master is talking. And listen, man, that's so weak. That's so weak of a structure on what we go after. And I ain't talking to everybody, because everybody ain't meant to be on that high level. Some people are meant to be in a position that their energy allows them to be. Everybody shouldn't lobby for that top position, because you're destined to lose. In a fight, somebody has to lose. The quicker you can recognize what position you meant to play, the easier you can, the better it will be for you to help the power structure. The better it be for you to help the power structure, the more power you can get in the role that you meant to play. There's always somebody in front of the camera, behind the camera. There's somebody making the main person look good. You understand me? There's somebody operating the door. You understand me? It's somebody handling this, that, and the third. There are instructions. There's an army. Everybody handled a power position. But when you start looking at somebody else's position and wanting their power, then you're losing your own through the power of external observation. The moment you giving your observation outward to someone else, you only adding to their power, decreasing yours, because you're not adding to yours. Power has to be understood. You allow people to underestimate you when you want power. You have to allow yourself to go gain, you understand me, leverage when you want power. How many things that create barrier between you and that person that wants to control you? Well, in the job place, one thing they say for power, the harder it is to fire a person is based on the most value that they bring to the table. I work the clientele business. I got so many clientele, I don't let the manager of the store speak to them. I don't let nobody else speak to them, because I want to create barriers. Well, if you get rid of me, I need you to think about how much you go lose. So now I got leverage. So now I got power. That leverage is my power. I can say this, I can do this, but I only have as much leverage, or I only have as much power, as much leverage that I have. So you have to learn how to create leverage in life. And for the most part, that's through value. Righteously is through service. Through service. The more people I help, the more leverage I have, the more power I have. Man, I done helped 1 million people. How many people you help? Oh, you only help 20? Don't worry about it. I bet I can get 1 million people to move. You can't get that many people to move. You ain't got that much leverage. You ain't added that much value to society yet. You understand me? Let me operate within the best practices. Let me find what everybody else is doing. Not only I'm going to do that, I'm going to make sure I'm doing everything everybody else is doing that's winning, that's at the top of their fields in their operation, but then I'm going to do it better than them. You understand me? And then I'm going to create barriers to competition. I need barriers to competition. I don't need them to be able to catch up. We need to be able to look at anybody that's outside the culture and the fold. Nah, you can't catch up to what I do, because you don't have control over these industries the way I do. Controlling the supply chain. Whoever controls the substance of what you put in your mouth, they control your food, they control your life. You understand me? That's why we ain't got so much leverage. We want to talk shit to the government. The government control your job. They control your food supply, water supply. So Honorable Elijah Muhammad said we got to have separation, which is different through integration. Integration is telling us where we can and can't go on property that someone else owns. Separation is having our own, and nobody can tell us what the hell we can and cannot do. So we try to get to that point where we have control. Not try, but we get control. Yeah, we infiltrate the structures and the operations all throughout the world. But the only way that matters, and I'm not talking about in some random chaotic order, well, hey, this person is the first black person to do this, first black person, but y'all don't even agree on the same code of conduct. It don't matter if they the first black person to kiss the feet of the queen, to be in the White House, to be this CEO, to be in this position. We not on the same code. So we are separated from each other. That's an individual. That's not a reflection on a culture. So that only matters internally with the family. How much of your family is the first to do something and you know it represents, oh man, they got power. I got a new connect. Oh, I'm glad bruh in that position because he gonna give me access. But you got niggas that get in position and don't want to give access. So then it's useless. You talking about people that get jobs, won't even give you a discount. Won't even give you a discount. But you supposed to be happy they in their job? Why? Because they boss rich? Nah, is that boss from the culture? No. It ain't the same, family. So, creating accountability structures, rules, codes of conduct is necessary, you understand me, in order for us to have power.